But unfortunately, we've got another deadly food for the human mechanism, which is the processed food. The processed food are food that has been transformed and resembled to nothing in nature. They're essentially the man-made food. You find them in cartons, bottles, and cans. And 51% of what we eat as a race is processed food. 42% are animal products, and only 7% are fruit and vegetables. And in those 7%, the majority is potatoes to make French fries. So we eat very, very little of fresh produce. And all these processed foods are full of additive, coloring, flavoring, preservative, which are chemical substances not recognized by the body, and they create havoc. And when we eat those processed food, it's going to make us addicted, obese, and sick. And when you look at those unhealthy whites, the white sugar, the white rice, the white flour, they've been heavily processed. So when they are made, they are not white. But to give them the white appearance, they are processed. And during the process, they lose all the vitamins, the nutrients, the fibers, and they become very, very toxic to the human mechanism. And by eating those food, it's going to give us heart disease, obesity, and lots of other diseases. And you've got the aspartame, which is an artificial sweetener, and it's a nerve poison. Let me say it again. Aspartame is a nerve poison. And we find aspartame in more than 10,000 products sold in supermarkets. And here are some of them. All these products, they are full of aspartame. And like I told you, aspartame is a nerve poison. All these products, that's all we eat all the time. Even the Gaviscon, which is a medication, the chewing gum, all these, the mouthwash, the toothpaste, all of them, they are full of aspartame. And like I told you, aspartame is a nerve poison. And what you notice in this picture is that the ants are avoiding a lollipop with aspartame. Even ants, they know that you don't have to eat aspartame. But for us human beings, we are supposed to be more intelligent, but we are okay to eat aspartame. And when we eat aspartame, it's going to give us lots of side effects, such as fibromyalgia, severe PMS, multiple sclerosis, blindness, birth defects, hyperactivity in children. So you can see for yourself that aspartame is really a poison. You want to be in good health, you need to stay away from processed food. And what you guys need to understand is that this body works on microelectricity. We need microelectricity for this body to work in an optimal way. And we can only have microelectricity from live food. And what do I call live food? It's fruit, vegetables, legumes, grains, nuts, and seeds. And why do I call them live foods? Let's say, for example, we've got this green banana. If you leave it there, after a couple of days, it's become yellow, right? And if nobody eats that banana, after a week, 10 days, only then the rotting process starts. So you can see that the banana had a life. It was green, yellow, and ready to rot. This is a picture of a sweet potato. I took that picture 2 weeks after I bought it. But what can you notice? You can see that there are growth on it, which means that the sweet potato is not dead, it's still living. You can take seed from a fruit, you put that in the soil, the tree will grow, it will bear fruit. But on the contrary, when you look at animal products, as soon as the animal dies, the rotting process starts immediately. Not after 3 days, not after a week, but straight away the rotting process starts. You cannot take, for example, a piece of chocolate, you put that in the soil and expect a tree full of chocolate to grow. No. This is a living body. You've got living bodies. How can you feed a living body with dead food? This dead food has got no life energy. They can only produce diseases and death. And for people who are Christians, if you look in the Bible, in Genesis 1:29, it said that God gave us fruit and vegetables. He didn't say meat, fish, chicken. He said fruit and vegetables. And I've applied that in my life, and I've seen tremendous changes.